Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be continuing part 2 of this video series, doing Sally from Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas crochet kit. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So today, you guys, we are going to be doing Sally, and we're using the right hand. I have to specify because I do both videos. Comment below if you need a lefty. But anyways, we are picking up where we left off. Last video, we completed the head, which was kind of an atrocious nightmare. But now we're going to continue on to making the legs and the body and the arms, hopefully in one video. If not, we'll have to break it up because Sally is very involved. I thought Jack Skellington was. Nope. Sally looks very complicated, especially with the embroidery because I do not sew. So, bear with us. This is my first time doing this. If you need to speed up or slow down the video, click on the gear button in the corner here. There's a playback option to go fast or slow. And then also, if you're a visual person, you can lower the volume on your phone and then click on the CC button. And so let's get this started. We're going to be making the leg round 1 with black. Can't see the instructions. There you go. With black, and make a 6 single crochet adjustable ring. Okay, so let's do that. Let's show you how to do the adjustable ring. So we're going to take some yarn here in the black. We're going to wrap it around our finger 3 times. This is way too much. We just want a little bit overage like this, so you can adjust your pieces like this. We're going to take the middle finger and just hold that down. We're going to palm up. Okay, and then we're going to take our hook and we're going to slip it right under these 3 pieces here. I'm going to pull this hook back out, and I'm going to drag this piece under these 2. So I'm just going to tilt my hook to the side so that you can slip it back under without hooking these 2, and slip it under these 2 strands like that. And so now we have this kind of loop hanging out here. We're going to close this adjustable ring. What we're going to do is yarn over. So we're going to put the yarn over the hook like that. And we're going to drag this piece through this loop. So let's do that. And we basically just closed off this adjustable ring. We can let go of the little overage piece. We can remove the loops off your fingers. And then we can continue doing our single crochet stitches. And we have to do 6 of them. Before we do that, we have to build the height of the round. So anytime we're doing a single crochet stitch, we have to do chain 1 for the height. So how to chain 1, we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull this through the loop, and that's a chain 1. Simple as that. Now we're going to do a single crochet stitch. You're going to stick your hook into these 2 rings, the adjustable rings. Okay, we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull up a loop, and then we're going to yarn over again, and we're going to pull through 2 loops. So now we have a single crochet stitch and our chain stitch. Let's do another one. Stick your hook into the adjustable rings, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have 2 single crochet stitches and a chain stitch. Let's walk this through one more time with you guys. Into the adjustable ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have 3 single crochet stitches and a chain stitch. We just have to do this 3 more times. 1, 2, and 3. So we have 6 in total. What we're going to do next is close the adjustable ring. So you're just going to want to pinch with your index and thumb this lower half of your stitches because you just want stability, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull this little excess piece here. We're going to watch whether the front loop or the back loop starts to go inside the adjustable ring. It may be different from what I'm pulling. So if I pull this and the front loop goes, maybe your back loop is going. Maybe it's the same, but this is what we're going to be looking for. So tighten your grip a little bit on here, enough to like let this pull through your grip. So we're going to pull this and watch the two loops. And as I'm pulling, I am seeing that the back loop is moving first. This front loop is just staying stagnant here. So the idea is to close the loop with these two loops here to disappear. And how we're going to do that is, so since my back loop is the one that's moving first, then I want to pull the lower half of that loop out. And then the front loop will start pulling in, and that's exactly what you want. So whichever loop pulled in first, you want to take the bottom half of that loop and pull it out of your adjustable ring, and you're going to start seeing the other loop close in and disappear, and that's exactly what you want. So keep pulling until you can't pull anymore. You don't want to go crazy and pull too tight, but pull enough till you're at a stopping point. And then now we're going to take the excess piece here and we're going to pull that, and you're going to see the other loop disappear, and it'll probably definitely close your adjustable ring. So now what we do, we have to slip stitch to close off this round. So from the hook, we're going to count 6 stitches, and this is black yarn, so it's going to be difficult to see on my camera, but with your eyes doing this project, just look real closely at the stitching and count back 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to want to stick your hook into the front and back loops of the 6th stitch, like that. And maybe you can see that the front and back loops are right here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, and a slip stitch is pulling it through all the loops. So yarn over and pull through all the loops, and we've done our slip stitch. Now we want to take our little marker that they provided you, and you want to slip it into the front and back loops of the last stitch you made, and we're going to close it off. And this is going to mark the end of the first round and the last stitch of that first round. So now we have rounds 2 through 4. We're going to do a single crochet stitch in all 6 stitches, and then we're changing to light blue. So if this is, let's say 2, round 2, round 3, and round 4, you just want to leave your markers ready to go, and it'll help you count multiple rounds so you don't lose count. Okay, so let's begin round 2. And like I said, whenever you're doing a round and it consists of single crochet stitches, you're going to chain 1 for the height. It's going to be more chains depending on your stitching, but this is usually single crochet stitches. We're going to yarn over and pull through the loop to make 1 chain, and now we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches. Stick your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's 1. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have 2. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 3 single crochet stitches. I'm just going to do this 3 more times. So into the next stitch, 1, and then we have 2, and then we have 3. So in total we have 6 single crochet stitches. I'm going to count 6 stitches from the hook and do a slip stitch like we did last time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to stick your hook into the 6th stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop through all the loops here. And then we're going to mark off our last stitch. Now, you're going to start noticing your project is kind of caving in on you, and that the markers are kind of wanting to disappear inside here, and then that you have your excess piece just flapping in the wind out here. So this side that I'm pulling is the wrong side, and so what we're going to want to do is we're going to invert this whole thing. If it's difficult for you to do it now, you can wait until after the next round, but I'm going to try inverting this now. So what it is just flipping this inside out, and you can tell because you'll be able to see the first row come out nice and clean here. And then you have the second row right next to it. And then of course you're going to have this excess piece come in, poking out from the inside. And that's exactly what this is exactly the face that needs to face outside. So I'm going to take this excess piece. You can cut it down shorter if it's difficult, but I'm just going to stuff this in to the leg here because it also acts like stuffing. So you could potentially save yourself a little bit of stuffing. I know it doesn't sound like much, but when you're running out of stuffing, you're going to appreciate every little bit. Okay, so we're going to do round 3, same thing. We're going to chain 1 for the height, and then we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches. Try not to crochet that excess piece, get it out of your way. So let's do this here into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then we're going to do 3 more of these. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So then from the hook, we're going to count back 6 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to stick your hook into this 6th stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull through all loops. And then we're going to take our marker and mark off the last stitch. And now we're going to do one more round of this. So I'm going to gather up some yarn here. We're going to chain 1 for the height. We're going to do a single crochet stitch into the next stitch. Okay, and we're going to do this 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 6 in total. And I'm going to count back 6 stitches from the hook and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then I'm going to remove the marker from below and put it on our new last stitch on the top. And I'm going to remove the other 2 because we're done with this set of instructions. And we're going to move on to round 5. Oh, we're switching to blue. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Switching to light blue. So let me show you how to do that. You know what? I don't want you to trail back, even though it's going to bother me. But let's not trail back. It's my mistake. I do it every video. If you know what I'm talking about, you can do it the way I normally do it, but we're going to do it this way. So let's take the hook and remove it from the stitch, but I want you to grow your stitch as long as you can possibly, so that you don't lose the stitch. Doesn't have to go too crazy, just enough to where you won't accidentally pull it. Okay, and set it aside. So we have to change to light blue, and if you missed in part 1 video, light blue is actually light green because there's no other color. So we're going to use this color. Okay, and the transition between colors is not going to be as clean because I always get comments saying, why did you go back? Why didn't you edit it? And it's like, listen, I spend about 2 hours per video, and the editing process takes just a really long time. I don't edit the video. So let's just move on. Anyway, so let me show you how to cast onto your hook. You're going to take your ring finger, pinky, and thumb. You're going to hold at the end. Then you're going to take your index and middle finger, and you're going to hold it apart like about yay far, an inch, inch and a half, something like that. Then you want to take your hook and lie it perpendicular to the yarn. Now we're going to go down, out, and around to get a loop around to this hook. So I'll do it again. So perpendicular to the yarn, down, out, and around to make a loop. I'm going to hold it with my middle finger right here and let go with my left hand, because what I'm going to do is gather up some yarn around my finger. I'm going to grab the end piece here, pinch it at the end, and I'm going to slide the hook all the way down, and where it crosses I'm going to pinch that so that my hook is stabilized, and then I'm going to yarn over and we're going to pull through a loop like that. Now I'm going to overhand my hook here, and I'm going to pinch that end again. And then I'm going to take my thumb and index, and I'm going to push this knot towards the other thumb as far as it can go. And once you hit a stopping point and it doesn't want to move anymore, then you can take your thumb and middle finger and pull this excess piece out just a little bit tighter to make that knot snug, not too tight. Then I'm going to grip the knot with my index and thumb here, and I'm going to pull the knot towards the hook. So let's do that now. Pull it towards the hook. You want to leave a little space here because we're going to slip this off the hook. Try not to lose it. Then we're going to go back to our project, stick the hook back in, tighten up that loop a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to slip on our new color. So we're not going to be doing the next steps with black. We're going to be doing it with this color. What you can do at this point, because we won't need the black anymore, I'm going to cut off the black, maybe leave an inch or two. Okay. And once we make our first stitch, I'm going to have you tie it around the new color to secure the black. Okay, so for round 5, we're doing a single crochet stitch in all 6 stitches. So that's fairly simple. Let's do our chain 1 like we would normally do. Oh, this came off. So chain 1 for the height. Now let's do a single crochet stitch first. So into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now what we're going to do, like I said, we just want to tie the black around this light green or light blue or whatever they're calling it, because you want to make sure that this doesn't unravel and you lose stitches. I mean, it would be difficult to, but you know, you never know. So We're just going to tie this loosely around the other yarn. And then you can stick that excess piece into the leg. Again, that will add to your stuffing so that you don't have to use too much. Well, listen, it is a smudging, but like I said, sometimes a little bit does help. Okay, so now we're going to get some yarn with the new color. And we're going to continue doing 5 more single crochet stitches all the way around. And try not to get into the excess pieces. Try to not stitch into them. Alright, so into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we just have to do this 3 more times. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. We're going to remove the marker, and then we're going to count back 6 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. Okay. Yarn over and pull through all loops. And we're going to mark off our last stitch. And then we're going to move on to round 6. Okay. So for round 6, we have to do an increasing stitch and 5 single crochet stitches, making 7 stitches in total. So let me show you what an increasing stitch, basically it's making 1 stitch into 2. So let's do our height. Now, an increasing stitch, let me show you. We are going to go into the next stitch right here. We're going to do a single crochet stitch. So we got 1 here. Now go into the same stitch we just used and do another single crochet stitch. So like I said, we're taking 1 stitch and putting 2 single crochet stitches in it. So we have 1, 2 single crochet stitches and 1 chain stitch. So now we have to do 5 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, oops, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, remove your marker. We're going to count back 6 stitches and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So into the 6th stitch, let's just make sure that this is the 6th stitch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Okay, do a slip stitch. And then we're going to mark off our last stitch here. Oh wait, we have 7. Alright, count back 7 from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Into the last stitch we made. Okay, so now we're going to do round 7, which is single crochet stitches in all 7 stitches. So 7 altogether. Okay, so again again we're going to chain 1 and then we're going to do 7 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, now I'm going to count back 7 and do a slip stitch. Let me just remove this marker here. I almost dropped it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put your marker on. Okay, and then we're going to do round 8. So for round 8, we're going to do an increasing stitch and then 6 single crochet stitches and end up with 8 stitches. So chain 1 for the height. We're going to do an increasing stitch, so into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, so now we got to do 6 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remove the marker. Count back 6 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3. Count back 8. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, mark off your last stitch. I hate when the pieces are tiny. They need to stop doing this to me. Okay. So for round 9, we're doing a single crochet stitch in all 8 stitches. So straightforward. Chain 1 for the height, and then we're going to do 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, remove the marker, count back 8 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So for round 10, we're going to do an increasing stitch and then 7 crochet stitches to make 9 stitches. So we're going to chain 1. We're going to do an increasing stitch into the next stitch. 2 single crochet stitches in the same stitch, you guys, to do the increasing stitch. Okay, and then we're going to do 7 crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Remove the marker. We're going to count back 9 stitches and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9. Okay, I'm going to mark this off here. Alright, so for 11 through 13, we're going to do single crochet stitches in all 9 stitches. So if this is 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we're going to do 9 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, remove your marker. Count back 9. Ooh, not remove the marker. Damn. Well, if you removed it, you can just put it back into that same stitch that you just did your last stitch on. And we leave it because we are counting rounds and I forget to do that. Okay, count back 9 stitches. 3, 6, lost count. 3, 6, 9. Okay. Mark this one off. Right, we're going to do another chain and 9 stitches. I'm going to count back 9 and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, and 9. Okay, count back 9 and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 9. All right, since we're done counting 13 rounds, I'm going to remove the other markers, but I am going to mark this last stitch here, then remove these two. Okay, so for round 14, we're going to do an increasing stitch, do 8 single crochet stitches to end up with 10 stitches. So we're going to chain 1, we're going to do our increasing stitch into the next stitch, and then we're going to do single crochet stitches. Remove the marker, count back 10 and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 9, 10. Okay. So then for round 15 and 16, we're going to do 10 single crochet stitches. So chain 1, 10 single crochet stitches. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10. Okay. Another 10 single crochet stitches. Chain 1. Let's do 10. Three, 6, 9, 10. Okay, I'm going to remove this marker. Right, and then we're going to do around, I don't even know, 17. We're going to do an increasing stitch, 9 single crochet stitches, and end up with 11. So chain 1, we're going to do our increasing stitch, then we're going to do 9 single crochet stitches. Remove the marker. I'm going to count back 11 stitches and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Now for round 18 and 19, we're going to do 11 single crochet stitches. This is a long leg. So when we did Jack Skellington, I mentioned how, I'm curious to see in comparison how big Sally would be because Jack is really tall. Just looking at Sally's leg here, she's going to be tall as well. Chain 1, let's do 11 single crochet stitches. So, and I'm not mad about that. I do like that they're keeping the portions the same, because it would be very silly if you did all these characters and then Jack Skellington is the tallest one and everybody else is squat. Okay, we're going to count back 11, do a slip stitch, 3, 6, 9, 11. Okay, mark this off. Then we're going to do this again. 11 single crochet stitches. Count back 10. Alright. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Count twice, stitch once. Okay. Slip stitch. Let's mark off this last stitch here. Okay. So I have 18, 19. We're going to do round 20, which is increasing stitch, and then 10 single crochet stitches to make 12 stitches. Jeez, man, her leg is getting long. Alright, chain 1. We're going to do our increasing stitch. 1, 2. Then we're going to do 10 single crochet stitches. Okay, remove the marker. We're going to count back 12 and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 9, and 12. Okay, mark off the last stitch. And for the last round of this leg, round 21, we do 12 single crochet stitches in all stitches. Okay, chain 1, 12 single crochet stitches. Okay, remove the marker, count back 12, and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, we're not going to mark this off. This is the last one. We're going to fasten off the first leg. Do not fasten off the second leg. Instead, continue with the body. Okay, so I'm going to cut off maybe 1.5 inches or so. To fasten off, you just yarn over and pull that through the loop all the way through. And then we're going to pull the end piece to tighten up that knot. And so we have Sally's leg. I'm surprised it doesn't tell you to stuff it, but I am going to be doing the second leg off camera, and then we're going to continue with the body. This leg took less than 50 minutes. Probably also with my babbling, but we might only have time to do the legs and the body. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the 2 legs here, and we're going to move on to the body. We fastened off the first leg. We didn't fasten off the second leg. Continuing with the body, we place the first leg next to the second leg and join them together by working on the first leg. Okay. Whatever that meant. So we're going to be working on the first leg. What I want to do is try to, it seems like the shape of the legs, how it ended up, try to pick a view that looks like the knee. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So this is the front part. This looks like calves, so I'm going to stick it like this. Let's see. So we're gonna do for round 22 12 single crochet stitches on the first leg, 12 single crochet stitches on the second leg. Okay. So let us find the middle here. We're going to go into this stitch just because we're trying to find the middle. So this would be the middle, and I'm just trying to line up the stitch. So single crochet stitch. Now we yarn over, pull up a loop. Oh wait, sorry, take it out, sorry. We have to do our height first. We have to chain one. So chain one and then stick your hook into the first leg. Try to line up your stitch. Then we yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we can do 11 more around the first leg. 1, 2, 3. We're going to tuck in this excess piece. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then we're going to continue on the second leg. 11 stitches, 1 or 12 actually, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoops. Should grab everything. 11. And then 12. Okay. Alright, so then I'm gonna count back 24 stitches and do a slip stitch. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Do a slip stitch. Then we're going to mark off the last stitch. And then we're going to do rounds 23 through 29. So 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. Gather up some yarn here. So for rows 23 through 29, we're going to do 24 stitches. So we're going to do this all in silence. I ran out of the light green. I'm guessing they're the same color. I don't know why they looked different before, but I'm just gonna use this. It came in like some twisty thing. I untwisted it. Gonna set this aside and gonna start pulling. I'm gonna do what the factory does. I'm not sure how they tie it, but I'm just gonna tie it like simple. And I'll just have to tuck it inside the project when I'm crocheting. So this will come apart if you pull it too much. So I'm just gonna pull it off enough to make it snug. And then I'm gonna go back to finishing off rounds 23 through 29. I only have a couple more left to do. Okay, so back to silence. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the next steps. Trim a 10-inch piece of craft wire and fold it in half. Make a V shape. Bend the ends if they are longer than Sally's legs. Insert the craft wire into both legs. Add stuffing to the legs. Continue stuffing as you go. Okay. So we're doing kind of exactly what we did for Jack Skellington. I must say that Sally is going to be fairly big. So I was concerned about the proportions between the two. They seem to be both large. And so in my Jack Skellington video, I mentioned that I had used up the wire because I did make 2 Jack Skellingtons, lefty and righty, that I ran out of the wire, but I do have my own. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar. So let me grab that. Okay, the gauge is a little thicker than what they gave. So I'll pull out the original and then I'll put it side by side to what I have. It's a little bigger. But anyway, you'll definitely need to go get yourself, well, I guess we'll find out, because you probably have enough wire to make Jack and Sally. But I know there's another Jack Skellington in this book, the Christmas version, so you'll definitely need to get yourself more wire. So here I have my grid. I'm going to measure up 10 inches. Okay, so we have 8 here. Okay, gonna cut this at 10. Alright, I never end up getting wire cutters. Definitely get wire cutters so you don't ruin your scissors. Alright, got this back. I'm gonna put this back up here. We're gonna fold this in half. Okay. Now we have to put this in a V in the legs, and then we're going to stuff. So let's remove this. Pull this out as much as you can so you don't lose the stitch. And then you're going to have to go grab your stuffing. But let me start off with putting stuffing.
I've seen better interior decorating in a butcher shop.
I think it's very nice.
Not by my standards. My idea of a nice store is Mars Fifth Avenue, or Spellcasters, or Cosmos Costumes, or
how about getting on with our shopping? This isn't too dreadful. It's only $14.95. Put it back. At the rate Tabitha's growing, it's too expensive.
Hello there, folks.
My name is Joseph Hinckley Jr.
Oh, are you the owner?
Not yet. I'm the owner's son.
Do you work here?
Well, yes, ma'am. As a matter of fact, today's my first day on the job.
Oh.
I just got out of college where I'm majoring in business administration to prepare me to carry on my family's tradition to the utmost of whatever potential ability I possess.
All she asked was, do you work here?
Yes, ma'am, I do. May I help you?
Yes. Yes, we were looking for some dresses for my daughter.
Oh, and a beautiful little girl she is, too. Did you see anything that you like?
Yes, I like this one.
Oh, it's $14.95. Wow.
Exactly.
How would you like to reduce it to $3.50?
Oh, gee, well, I'd really like to, but...
How about $4.99, including tax?
No, I'm afraid our prices are very firm. That's one of the numerous things my father is very strict about.
Oh, this is sweet. Do you like this, darling?
Yes, Mommy, it's nice.
I believe that's a genuine domestic cotton.
And only $5. We'll take it.
May I show you something else? How about this? White polka dots on a sea of midnight blue.
Light blue. Yes, that's lovely. You like that too, sweetheart? All right, we'll take both.
Boy, my initial sale. And it's a double header, too.
That's called the photographer's.
Will this be charge or cash, ma'am?
Charge, please.
Clerk! Would you see Mrs. Stevens over to the charge counter, please, and have those wrapped?
Of course, right this way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Behave yourself. You
Sure.
too.
How about you, sir? We have some exceptional values in our men's department.
Oh, thank you. He doesn't need anything.
He does, too.
Oh, that's sensational. I'll escort you personally.
What do you need?
I need to have some fun.
At whose expense?
Guess.
This is the biggest bargain in our store. It's reduced from $85 to $47.50.
What do you call it?
I call it a sports jacket.
I mean, what do you call the material?
Oh, it's a worsted.
Okay, so I stuffed as much as I think I could. I mean, I didn't get down to the feet. There was just no way. I guess chopsticks would be a good help, but yeah, no. Anyway, so we're gonna do round 30. I am going to put the hook back into the stitch that we pulled it out of, and we will tighten this up. Okay, then for round 30 we're going to do 4 single crochet stitches, invisible decreasing stitch 3 times, 6 single crochet stitches, 3 invisible decreasing stitches, and 2 single crochet stitches. 18 stitches altogether. Note that the invisible decreasing stitch sits on either side of the body. Yeah, sure it does. Okay. Let us chain 1 and do 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do 3 invisible decreasing stitches. So to do that, I want to see if we, oh no, okay, I'm going to show you how to do that. So into the next stitch, we're going to put the hook at the front loop. So these stitches here, they have a front loop and a back loop. So we're going to use the front loops for the invisible decreasing stitches. We're making 2 stitches into 1. So stick your hook into the front loop of the next stitch. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, then into the next stitch over front loop. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. And we're going to do this 2 more times. So into the next stitch, front loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops one more time, into the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, and then we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Then we're going to do 3 invisible decreasing stitches. So into the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, into the next stitch, front loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, front loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and then one more time into the front stitch of the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, and then we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches. 1, 2. We're going to count 18 and do a slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Okay, I'm going to remove this marker and mark the last stitch. Then we're going to do rounds 31 through 33, which is 18 single crochet stitches. So 31, 32, 33. Okay, let me gather up some yarn here. And we're going to be doing 18 single crochet stitches all the way around. Okay, so chain 1 and then 18 single crochet stitches. Count back 18 and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Put your marker in. Okay, let's do another 18. count 18, do a slip stitch, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, mark the last stitch, and then let's do our final 18. Let me get more yarn. Two, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, okay. Now we're going to do round 34, and for 34 we have to do 8 single crochet stitches, an increasing stitch, 4 single crochet stitches, an increasing stitch, and then 4 single crochet stitches. Okay, for an increasing stitch we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches in each stitch. Let's see, I believe, okay, we've done this before. It's been so long. All right, into the next stitch, increasing stitch, 4 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, then an increasing stitch, 1, 2, that's 2 single crochet stitches in an increasing stitch, and then 4 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we're going to remove the marker. Count back 20 and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20. And mark off the last stitch. Okay, so now we're going to do rounds 35 and 36. I'm not going to really use the marker because it's only 2 rounds, but we're going to do 20 single crochet stitches in each round. And Sally is getting very tall. I don't think it's going to be as tall as Jack Skellington, but in my honest opinion, I love that they have these instructions to make these characters. One, two, that they're not, you know, tiny characters, and you get a big bang for your buck. You do have to get more yarn, but you know, all the kits are like that. The ones that have multiple characters, they, you know, usually give you enough for a few characters, and then you have to get your own yarn. But also, I mean, I'm not a fan, you know, my attention span, listen, I don't do blankets. In fact, I started a blanket maybe, you know, 3 years ago, and I still haven't finished it because I can't do big projects. So the fact that this Jack Skellington and now Sally is really long, I mean, that's great, but no, I can't. It's not my style. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20. And, you know, the thing is, okay, well, if that's the case, you're going to be working with a real tiny project. And so the legs would be microscopic. I get it. Well, I guess I am going to use the marker. Oh, well. So I get it. You know, if it was smaller, we'd be working very tiny, and that could be very cumbersome for others, very annoying for others. But this is large. I think you could achieve the same thing if you used like a smaller gauge hook. But then I guess you'd have to get skinnier yarn. I get it. All right. We're just going to build this then. Okay, another 18. Or another 20, sorry. So again, this is fill with stuffing as you go. I'm going to fill in a bit later because my opening is still large, so I can always fill it in later. Plus, I don't want the stuffing to get caught in my stitches by accident. It's easier to deal with just the crocheting part than having to remind yourself to keep pushing the stuffing down so that you don't accidentally crochet into it. But man, they have you making her whole body. I wish, like, maybe more efficiently wise, like if they can figure out a way to build in her dress so that you don't have to make the whole body. You know, like you make up till the waist and then you somehow build the dress over it. I don't know. All right, so let's count back 20. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20. Let me just double count that. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20. Okay. Move the marker. Mark the new last stitch. Okay, now that we're going to move on to round 37. So for round 37, we're doing 8 single crochet stitches, an increasing stitch, 6 single crochet stitches, an increasing stitch, and then 4 single crochet stitches to end up with 22 stitches. So let's chain 1. We're going to do 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to do an increasing stitch. Then we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then we're going to do an increasing stitch. And then we're going to do 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove the marker. Count back 22 and do a slip stitch. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 22. Okay, then we're going to do a mark the last stitch here. If you hear like a tapping, I'm sorry. My neighbors, they do their laundry legit 24/7. There has not been one moment. Like, we're talking about 3 a.m. We're talking about 10 p.m. We're talking about noon. What time is it out? It's like, it's 1? Like, I don't understand. It's like, I think it's just a couple with a child. Maybe one more child. I'm not sure. But they are washing clothes like they're a laundromat. And it is very irritating. So, comment below. Let me know if you hear the tapping. I don't think you will, but I can hear it. And it's very annoying. Alright. Now we're going to do round 38, 22 single crochet stitches. So, chain 1 and 22. And you know, the crazy thing is, like, I want to know what their bill, electrical bill, water bill, like, we're in a drought. What are you doing? We're trying to conserve water here. You know, I usually hand wash, and we went from hand wash to, we have dual sinks, so we soak. And I only wash like what we need every day, and then the rest I put into the dishwasher, and then we run that maybe once a week. Meanwhile, the laundromat next door I am interested to know what their bill is like, because our bill, everything's expensive, so it's like our bill is just not ideal. Three, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, 22. Who knows? Maybe they're nurses. Maybe they're nurses and they deal with the sickly every day and need to wash their clothes every day. Who knows? But it's like all day legit. Like, how many loads are you doing, really? Okay. For round 39, we're doing 8 single crochet stitches, an increasing stitch, 8 single crochet stitches, an increasing stitch, and then 4 single crochet stitches to have 24. So chain 1, 8 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we got a really bad manufacturer's knot. Look at that one. We're just gonna try to tuck that behind there. So we have 8. Okay. Then we're gonna do the increasing stitch. Okay, and then we're going to do 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to do an increasing stitch. And then we're going to do 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remove the marker. We're going to count back 24 and do a slip stitch. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 22, 20, 22, 24. Mark off the last stitch. Okay, so now we're going to do rounds 40 and 41, where it's 24 stitches. So chain 1 and do 24 single crochet stitches. And that's the other thing, like, okay, if you really do, and there are people there that do laundry all day, how about between the hours of 10 and, you know, 7 a.m., you kind of like watch your laundry, because sometimes, I don't know what's in there, either sneakers or something, or maybe it's bunching on one side, but it makes that banging noise. That's just unacceptable. And the crazy thing is, like, there's gotta be another neighbor complaining, because there's like, maybe in my building, there's probably 6 units. There's 3 floors. Somebody else surely is hearing what we're hearing, because there's just no way. We can't be the only light sleepers. And I'm a heavy sleeper, by the way. I've never been woken up by the laundry, but my counterpart has. And he's not so much a late sleeper, but he's the one that, like, you know, I work from home, so I don't have to worry about, you know, I get those extra minutes of sleep. Plus I'm a heavy sleeper, so I don't worry about waking up. So whenever that thing's banging, it's like, bro, keep it down. It's gonna wake up. It's just not pretty. Alright, let's count 24 stitches and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Did I miss one? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24. Yeah, I don't know what I was counting. I think I missed a group of 3. I count in 3s. When it gets any, you know, to a certain point, I count in 5s. Okay. We are going to do round 41. Just going to get some yarn here. And I have a visitor. Dexter is sitting on my armchair. Right, buddy? Hi, buddy. He wants a snack. Okay. 24 single crochet stitches, chain 1, silence, but I think probably because their wash is done, which means they're going to start their drying cycle soon. Okay, count back 24 and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 3, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24. Okay, now we're going to do round 42, and we're going to do an invisible decreasing stitch and 2 single crochet stitches 6 times and end up with 18. So let's chain 1. Let's do an invisible decreasing stitch. Okay, we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches. And then we just have to repeat this 5 more times. Invisible decreasing stitch. 2 single crochet stitches. And repeat this 4 more times. Invisible decreasing stitch. 2 single crochet stitches. I don't know, are we on 4? 3? Invisible decreasing stitch. That doesn't seem right. Hold on a sec. Let me redo that invisible decreasing stitch. Okay. 2 single crochet stitches. I believe we have like 2 or 3 left. Let me just gather up some yarn here. Oh my lord. Oh great. Just knocking everything over. Oh man, I am not liking this at the moment. I do not like how the yarn is kind of situated. There are other kits that have legit spools to where you can pull out the middles so that you're not, you know, it's not messy. Where am I? So I gotta do an invisible decreasing stitch next. Oh man, I'm like not doing this right. 2 single crochet stitches. And then 1 more. Okay. So now I am going to count back 18 and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Remove the marker. Okay, so now for round 43, we're going to do an invisible decreasing stitch, 1 single crochet stitch 6 times, and end up with 12. Okay, let's just take this opportunity and fill in these gaps. I forget what is supposed to be her back, so looks like her back wants to be her front at this point. Let me grab some stuffing. If you guys should run out of stuffing, you can go to Amazon or Hobby Store and get more stuffing. I pulled this out because I don't want to deal with that hook flopping around. So as you're stuffing this, try to keep in mind the shaping. Okay, so I believe this is supposed to be the back. Okay. So we're just going to keep stuffing. Because the hole is going to get smaller and then you won't be able to stuff anymore. Okay. So let's get my hook, put it back in the loop, tighten it up. Just have to deal with the stuffing now. Okay, let me gather back my yarn here. Okay, so let's do the chain 1, the invisible decreasing stitch, and then a single crochet stitch, and we just have to repeat this 5 more times. Invisible decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch, repeat this 4 more times, invisible decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch, repeat this 3 more times, invisible decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch, repeat this 2 more times, invisible decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch, and then repeat 1 more time, invisible decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch, okay, we're going to count back 12 stitches and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 9, and 12. Okay, so now we're going to do round 44, invisible decreasing stitch, 4 single crochet stitches 2 times. So let's chain 1, invisible decreasing stitch, 1, 2, and then 4 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, invisible decreasing stitch, and then 4 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we're going to count, remove the marker. We're going to count back 10 and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 9, and 10. Mark the last stitch. Okay, we're getting tiny now. Okay, single crochet for round 45, single crochet stitching in all 10 stitches. So chain 1 and then 10 single crochet stitches, remove the marker, and count back 10 and do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 9, and then 10. Okay. So now for rounds 46, we're going to do an invisible decreasing stitch, a single 3 single crochet stitches 2 times, and end up with 8. Oh, we are getting so tinier here. I feel like I should add a little bit more. Let me add a little bit more. Stopping. I want to try to add this before it gets any taller, smaller, and then we can always readjust. Okay. Now let's do this thing. Chain 1, invisible decreasing stitch, then 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, invisible decreasing stitch, okay, and then 3 single crochet stitches, remove the marker, count back 8, and we're going to do a slip stitch. 3, 6, 8. Mark off the last stitch. Okay, now for round 47, we're going to do an invisible decreasing stitch and then 2 single crochet stitches 2 times and end up with 6 stitches. So chain 1, invisible decreasing stitch, two single crochet stitches, and then invisible decreasing stitch, and then 2 single crochet stitches, 2, and we're going to count back 6, remove the marker, count back 6 and do a slip stitch, 3, 6, okay, jeez, alright, so, oh, fasten off and leave a tail for sewing. So let's, didn't say how long. Oh wait, trim a 5-inch piece. Oh no, yeah, it didn't say how long. So I am just going to cut it. I'm going to give a decent amount. I'm assuming I have to sew the head on. Oh, we can remove this marker here. What I'm going to do is to fasten off, again, you yarn over and pull it all the way out. Then we're going to tighten up the knot a little bit. Okay, so now it says, so this is Sally, by the way. Sally is very long. Very long is Sally. Alright. Trim a 5-inch piece of craft wire, fold it in half, twist it to give it more strength, and insert the wire through the neck and into the chest. Then place the head on top of the craft wire. This is essential to keep Sally's head upright. Position the head at a slight angle. The last stitch of the head is Sally's chin. Okay. Let's see where we're at, because I don't know if we're gonna have enough room for the arm. Alright, we might have to do the arm in part 3. Okay, so where's my wire? Okay, so here I have my cutting board. This isn't shaking so much. And then I have my craft wire. I have more, and I happen to have more. Otherwise, I'd have to buy more because I used up all mine that came in the kit. We're going to measure off 5 inches and cut it. Again, try to invest in pliers. I do have to get a new scissor, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, it says to, jeez, let's get my book back here. And we're going to fold in half. And we're going to twist it to give more strength. This is also where a plier would work, because you can grab it safely. And I have lotion on my arms, so this is not happening at the moment. But this is as twisted as it's gonna get. Wait, let's see if I can put something over it and twist it more. Yeah, my hands are just so slippery, it's not gonna happen. Alright, this is as twisted as it's getting. So then you have to place the head, insert the wire through the neck into the chest. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think this is going to work. Okay, try to get it in the middle of that stuffing. And you can try forming that stuffing around the wire by molding the stuffing around it. Okay. And then I'm going to grab the head. We're going to put this, you have to tilt it a little bit, so it's going to go kind of back here. I gotta remember which side is okay. So I'm gonna take I'm gonna take my tapestry needle. And then I'm going to attempt to sew the head onto the body here. I am not a seamstress. If you know any other ways that will work for you, that's great. But I'll probably time lapse this because this is going to take me a bit. Again, I'm not a sewer, so I'm kind of slow at this. Okay, so I sewed as best as I could. I'm going to come up here with my hook. I'm going to hook this excess piece here, and I'm going to just drag it down into my project. Try to hide that piece as best I can. See if poking it out through the other side comes out cleanly. There is a little bit of stuffing there. Okay. And then, like I said, you can kind of form the body. So you can make it look more bodily like. And I gave her cankles. She's right-handed because her right leg is buffer than her left. Unfortunately. I'm a lefty. Alright. So yes, it looks a little alien-esque right now, you guys. But we are way underway with our Sally character. In the part 3, we're going to do the arm. And then we have her dress after. We have her hair to do, which is going to make her look less alien-like. And then we're going to do her dress, which seemingly is very involved. But hopefully it's quick. I don't see any adjustable rings, so it shouldn't be that difficult. But that's it for Sally. So next time, arms, hair, and dress. But I want to thank you guys so much for joining me in this video series. This Nightmare Before Christmas crochet kit is by far really fun and really, you know, it really makes characters. This is actually sturdier than Jack Skellington, to be quite honest, and it is a little bit shorter than Jack Skellington also, so that's promising. But after this, leave a comment below. Let me know what characters you want me to do next. I do have a Thanksgiving pumpkin that I want to do with the loom, but then we'll head right back with the rest of the characters because this is also considered a Christmas movie. So we can do Oogie Boogie. We can do Dr. Finkelstein. We can do the mayor of Halloween Town. He has 2 faces, which I think is going to be so cute. We can do Locke. Shock. And Barrel. We can do Zero. And we can do Santa Claus. And then I think the last character is actually Santa Jack Skellington. So I want to try to get all of them done for the season because I want to gift this to my sister. If not, I'll just continue next year, to be honest. But comment below. Let me know what would you like to see next after we finish Sally. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.